The ultimate showdown. 2 writers, 2 fanfiction scripts. And only you can choose which one wins. It's the Fanfiction Showdown.
Welcome to the Fanfiction Showdown. My name is Ben O'Brien. I am your host. Fanfiction Showdown is a show where 2 psychopaths both write. They write fanfiction scripts and then they battle to the death. We live read the scripts, and then how do we decide who wins? You vote, the viewers, the chat. You vote on whose script is better, and that's how the show goes. Okay, that's what we're here to do. That's what we do every week. Thank you guys for coming. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name's Ben. Okay, so first things first, let's, I want to say thank you to everybody. Last week we did a little matching for Black Lives Matter, and we ended up getting like $4,500 worth of donations or something like that. And so that was incredible. We didn't match all of it, but, you know, we're not perfect. So, all right, so let's introduce our guest, special guest for today. You may know him as Jerry Paper from the band Jerry Paper. Please welcome to the show, Jerry Paper.
Hello.
Hey, Lucas, how you doing?
It's good. It's good.
Great.
It's good.
I just want to say, people always want to know where everybody falls on my best friends list. That's a big thing that everybody wants to know. And so I just want to say that Lucas, a.k.a. Jerry Paper, is number 31. I had to add a new
Thank you
word today. You're number 31 on the list. So thanks for showing up.
No problem.
And remember, this list is fluid. It can change at any time. Things are always moving around, so don't get too cocky that you're on it.
Yeah, it's okay.
You could lose that. So, okay. Well, thank you for coming. And we're gonna get on. We're gonna keep moving. Because I want to keep talking to you, but I can't because I have to keep the time.
So it's fine.
No, I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm really sorry, man. So if you're mad, just email Cricket after. Okay. All right. Let me introduce the contestants for this week. We have a special contestant this week, Robby Ratcliffe.
Hey Ben, so excited to be here.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for you too because last week your big win. You had that big win.
We had a big win.
Huge upset.
Congratulations, Robby, on your big win for last week.
Cricket is quiet.
Do not talk before we see.
If I'd like to also extend a very excited. I'm very excited that Jerry Paper also is Lucas. Lucas is the king of music. I can't stand.
Thank you so much.
Jerry, I can't stand your music, but I respect you, and I know that you're the king, and I know that you'll be the person who carries me. We will work together to carry each other over the finish line.
Okay, I just want to say that I love both you and your music.
Thank you.
I have to cut everyone off because what you just said, Robby, was an appalling mess. All right, moving on to this person, also a very special guest. She was my second best friend, but her big loss last week moved her down to number 3, and then that moved Sarah Squirm up to number 2. So now Sarah Squirm is my second best friend. Cricket's my third best friend. It's her birthday tomorrow. Everybody welcome Cricket Arison to the show.
Hi, Ben. Thank you.
Say whatever you have to say really fast.
Okay, I'm really humbled by becoming your third best friend, but I'm really excited to try to get back up to 2. Happy to be here.
Birthday.
Love you all. Happy to be able to spend this time with my friends.
Great.
Excited about Star Trek. Best show.
That's enough. That's enough. I didn't even say, yes, we are doing Star Trek The Next Generation tonight. This is an exciting one because it's one that we all know about. It's not some loser one like Dragon Ball Z that we all had to read the Wikipedia page to understand. It is cool, like Star Trek, because we're all older millennials. Now, okay, so I want to go on to the rules, but I have a feeling that did somebody make a drawing?
Ben, I don't want you to get mad at me. because I really need your attitude to be in the right place because I need to get the points that I get from the drawing.
The drawings don't have any points. That's why
the drawings don't have any points.
It doesn't make any
these
This
every
is just
week.
something they weren't even supposed to be in the show in the first week you made a drawing.
We all know
it's not a visual.
Let's see the drawings.
We all know that there's an overground and an underground. And that's where rules live in two different places.
Robbie, I just can't wait.
This is my drawing.
Oh, it's very good.
So Ben,
I can't read it. What does it say?
This is especially for Ben, because if you look at it, Ben, you might see a very familiar aspect to this interpretation of Captain Picard.
Are you trying to say that it looks like me because I'm bald?
No, everybody is always saying what's up with Ben's massive tongue, and so I put Ben's massive tongue in Picard's mouth. Picard is also bald like Ben is bald, and strong like Ben is strong.
I actually think that I have a much larger tongue.
Okay. All right.
Much longer tongue. It hangs out of his mouth.
This is why we don't do the drawing.
So it's kind of like you drew me. You drew Ben's head, but then my tongue.
The drawing
said no. Drawing one more time because I just want to
get rid of the drawing.
I want to look at cricket. I want to look at my drawing.
Can we please? Can you guys please?
Okay. Well,
there it is.
I didn't, once again, I chose not to do a representational drawing, but maybe like a little bit more of an educational one about what I think that Star Trek stands for. So can we see my drawing? Yes, that's right. Right there in the Starship Enterprise, 53.8% of the LA General Fund is spent on the police, which I think the characters in Star Trek would want us to know and call our representatives about.
Yeah, I think they would definitely have a problem with that. So do call your representative and tell them that Jean-Luc Picard sent you. Okay.
But also that
I'm moving on.
Get the points from the
There's no points from the drawing.
It wasn't
the drawing. I want
the
point.
It's just about what you want to say. And you celebrated your friends, and I celebrated a political movement.
I celebrated great art.
Your drawing was good.
Okay, we're already behind schedule, so thanks a lot. Okay, so let's move on to the rules. All right, overall rules, no longer than 7 pages. One character must say we're about halfway through. That lets me know it's a mid-script break. The characters this week are Picard, Data, and Deanna Troi, a.k.a. Troy. Star Trek rules for the script. This all has to be in the script. You get a green card every time it's in the script. You get a red card anytime you're being a jerk off, asshole, dickhead.
Or if you just make a mistake accidentally.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was almost enjoying tonight. Okay.
So Cricket here's the points for that.
Shut the fuck up. Here's the rules for the scripts this week. Someone pulls out one of their eyes to reveal a cool secret underneath. Awesome. Picard keeps referring to the ship and its crew as Star Trek. There's a disturbance in the... Data finds a used condom in the holodeck but doesn't know what it is. Next rule. Someone forgets something at Deep Space Nine and the whole ship has to go back. Troy talks about her Stardew Valley farm like it's a real place. Riker took a shit and the entire ship can smell it. Who knows if it smells good or bad? That one I think is fun because it's open to interpretation. There's a heavy-handed allegorical B-plot and everyone is annoyed by it. Those are your rules. Okay?
Okay.
So, that's it. Now, who goes first? We got to have our classic coin toss.
I kind of hope... I don't know whether I hope I win or Robbie wins.
I think I should win because I had the best drawing and I received the most points for the drawing.
There were no...
It's Robbie. Robbie gets to go first.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you got points for your drawing.
Thanks, Ben. You're the king of the show. Jerry Paper is the king of music.
Thank you so much.
Cricket Harrison is the king of losing.
Whoa.
Well, actually, so far it's split half and half, and I think there's something kind of nice about that.
Okay.
We both know how it feels to win and lose.
If you're just tuning in, we're starting off the Fan Fiction Showdown with Robbie's script. Robbie, hit us, man. Tell us.
Okay,
tell
so
us about
this is
script.
the script is called Star Trek: The Next Generation. King Me.
Okay.
And it is a faithful and bold departure from the Star Trek formula.
a faithful
departure.
Okay. All right. I'm going to turn my hat
laugh
backward.
if you want, but
What I do?
Who are we reading, Robbie?
Who are we reading? If I'm gonna choose, I'm just gonna go straight from my head. I want to be Jean-Luc Picard because he's got the lines that I want to read.
TikTok, buddy.
Data. If Lucas Paper Jerry will be the Data.
I'll
And
try.
Then this is the big one. This is the big reveal. Counselor Tiana Troy is going to be played by none other than Cricket Harrison.
Oh, thanks.
That's a big
I'm excited.
big upset
reveal.
there. Okay.
So Ben, whenever you're ready, let's take it away.
Okay, I'll start it off. I'm reading the stage directions. Here we go. Time for Star Trek The Next Generation, King Me. Interior Command Bridge, USS Enterprise, bright ass daylight. Excuse me. Captain Jean-Luc Picard walks out, shirtless, and sits in his captain's chair. He looks awesome. He is all tatted up. One tattoo across his chest says, "Tore up 120%," written in Old English font on top of 2 cans of spray paint. Each of the spray cans says Nugs on them. Just we're clear, there is a cool phrase, "tore up 120%," written over 2 cans of spray paint that say Nugs on each one. And these are tattooed on the chest of the captain of the USS Enterprise. He also has a stomach tattoo that says stomach. The font is unknown. Picard slumps in his chair and uses the buttons on the chair's arms to turn on the main flat screen monitor. He starts to watch black and white footage of old-timey car races. Picard looks like he's about to throw up. He changes the video to live footage of Riker lying on the floor of the ship's brig.
There you are, number 1. There you are. Are you tired?
Riker rolls over.
You must be tired after what you did to my Star Trek. What a big project you completed. You stunk up the whole ship, didn't you, number 1? The whole Star Trek. You took a big poopy and stunk us all up. We've been awake for days, haven't we? God, tired. We're all so tired smelling your number 1, number 2. Such a stinky man, I had no idea. I'm proud of you, boy. Oh, I'll never say that to your face, but I'm proud of you. You stunk up the whole ship with your stinky, stinky duty. My God, I had no idea you had it in you. I had no idea you were the poopy duty man.
Give me just another green card for that little monologue. Counselor Troy enters the bridge. She is wearing normal Star Trek clothes. This is not a surprise. In fact, it is worth noting that she seems completely comfortable, as if she is always mentally on a thick couch being handed stacks of cash. What she does with this fully brain-created vision, cash, is unknowable. But due to the fact that she looks so comfortable, we can assume that rather than spending the couch cash immediately or even depositing it in a credit union, checking her low-interest savings account, no. Troy has likely deposited the required minimum deposit in a high-yield savings account. What can never be known is whether or not the savings account is FDIC insured.
Captain, have you been able to uncover what that disturbance was? The disturbance in the Force? What was that?
It was the result of a very stinky boy making a big, long duty for everyone to smell.
Oh, look, here comes Data.
Data enters. He is dressed like Ace Ventura Pet Detective. He has not spoken yet, but that is about to change.
Star Trek. It's quite the ship. It would be a shame if someone broke, slipped, and fell on this.
Well, hold on first. Can I give you a liner there, or
No.
at least a note on it's supposed to be Ace Ventura's voice.
Yeah, I don't know what Ace Ventura's voice sounds
It'd
like.
be like Star Trek, quite the ship. It would be a shame if someone broke and
I
fell
guess
on
I'm
this.
just I haven't rehearsed and I'm just having a little trouble being Data being Ace Ventura.
Yeah, let's
it's the layers I think are a bit complicated.
It's less data and more Ace Ventura.
Great.
Okay.
He's got it now. Let's get going. In
Okay.
one,
You want me to
take
do it again?
Take it again.
Okay. Sorry. Tell me Ace Ventura again.
Star Trek, quite the ship.
Not
It'd be a shame.
That's not
That
at all.
doesn't sound. That's like my Bane impression.
You guys don't know
like-
what Ace Ventura sounds. No one knows.
Like you sound. Okay.
Like a glove.
Ace Ventura sounds like an old timey newsman.
Yeah.
Star Trek, quite the ship. It would be a shame if someone broke, slipped, and fell on this.
In one,
better?
it's great. When one incredible motion, Data removes one of his android eyes, pulls an obviously used condom out of the chamber behind it, and then replaces the eye.
Alrighty then. I found this little guy on the floor of the holodeck. Anyone care to share? Anyone care to tell me what I'm looking at? How about you? What are you?
Lucas, I just want to stop you for a second. If I close my eyes, I can't tell it's you talking. I do think it's Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. So you are doing an amazing job.
Great.
We're going to win this thing.
Happy that
we're on a time limit here. We don't have
I had to say that.
Okay, no more talking. We're trying to stay with the thread. Data looks at the condom and shakes it as he creates a voice for it.
I'm a funny little worm. I love the holodeck. I can travel to fake versions of all my favorite places. Someone could slip and fall on me if they weren't careful. Oh, well, guess I'm not interesting. I hope Q isn't on board.
Sorry, Data. I don't think you're ready to learn about that particular aspect of human behavior. I'm sorry, Data's fully functional and he already knows what sex is. So this is like a major. That's
Data.
No,
He has sex
no,
right in
he's
the beginning.
fully
The
functional.
first episode.
Yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely.
I feel like
Great.
I'm being attacked.
All right, so what's not editorialized because this is fan fiction and we can interpret it however we want, and the chat will decide.
Well, it's the fan that I have a question about,
The
but
viewers will
it's
decide.
good writing.
Well,
It's good writing.
I'm putting the Ace Ventura into fan.
Guys, I can't keep up with what's going on here. So can we just go ahead and do it?
All right.
Sure. Okay.
So Data has said this
Understood.
particular aspect of human behavior, which is a good line. And then Picard says, Data, come over here.
Sorry, Counselor Troy, I gotta go. Captain Duty calls. If I'm not back in five minutes, just wait longer.
Troy watches him walk away as if he's on an invisible tightrope over a bottomless pit. He looks back at her every once in a while. This sequence is 5 minutes long, but it is actually 10 minutes long.
That machine is a man.
Data hops to Picard's side.
Be thankful that you can't smell what some of us have been smelling for days. The all-powerful odor of human dookie logs, which overpowered Star Trek's formidable air filtration system. All I can tell you is that this man that's done it. He managed to do the near impossible. Sometimes being a Star Trek man means smelling the butt trouble of a Star Trek man you deeply respect.
Sorry, I'm just having a lot of trouble with. I'm Data,
You're Data.
but I'm Ace Ventura.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like if you just visualize it, just take Data out of your head and put it on a shelf, and take the Ace Ventura off the shelf and put that where the Data was.
Okay,
Got it.
so I'm not Data.
Right.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Sorry to hear that, Captain. Let me know if I can I can do anything at all. I'm ready to go in, Captain. Just give me a chance.
What is that in your hand, Data?
Data frowns like a baby and shows Picard the condom. Picard looks at it until his laser eyes turn on and he burns the condom into nothingness. Not even ash remains. Up
Evil
until
Dead
this
reference.
point, Picard has never had to use this power, but the sight of Data holding the pre-owned prophylactic is almost too much for him to bear. If we could peer into the mind of this incredible man, we would see something like a seaside fortress being battered by dark ocean waves amid a storm, the likes of which haven't been seen since the prehistoric times. The metaphor here is, the waves are the used condoms. The storm is the stinky smell created by the imprisoned Riker's big duty. No use in prison. And the fortress is the man himself, Picard. If this is truly the contents of his mind, then who can blame him for using his underutilized laser eyes power to Data's hoary discovery?
Hoary?
Like a pale
Like
white.
frosty?
Like a pale white.
Like a hoary
All
frosty.
right, we got to move on.
Look,
That's
We got to keep going. It's 10. We have 10 minutes, and we're not even halfway through.
yeah,
Yummy.
cold.
Picard's eyes. This is so much for me. Picard's eyes widen to the size of tennis balls. This is a very cool effect. Right after that, all his tattoos start pulsing like the line work on them is all snakes. Captain Picard. It turns out the word "yummy," said in the Ace Ventura voice, has an effect on Picard unseen in previous episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. If we were to go back and rewatch the entire series, we will notice that no one ever says the word yummy in the Ace Ventura voice around Captain Picard. This is, of course, would cause the above event with the cool bug eyes and the living tattoos to happen. We can only imagine, because Star Trek is only sort of a real place, that if someone had said yummy in the Ace Ventura voice during a battle with the Klingons or when Q was on board, which he is not, Picard's, for some reason there's 10 S's, eyes would get real big.
He's a snake. Picard's.
Eyes would get real big and all his... Okay, his eyes would get real big and all his tattoos would be like snakes. We can't. I have a lot to get through, so shut the fuck up. We can't pass judgment on whether or not this would be a good thing, but it might have actually been a good thing for the following reasons. 1, the snake tattoos might have powerful effects on Picard's brain, and by extension, his decision-making powers. 2, the big eyes might make it possible to see in 360 degrees as if he was a powerful remote camera floating at the center of the Star Trek Enterprise. I don't think 360 degrees makes sense. There would have to be a point where we'd be looking.
It's like one of those crazy cameras on like new cars.
Not quite. Okay, this would make it easier to see where the bullet storms created by spaceships are coming from. If you stand on top of your house and spin around really fast, you might be able to experience a version of what we are attempting to describe here. What we are attempting. 3, Picard's eye laser power might work better as a result of these combined mutations. Unfortunately, we have only one documented account of Picard using this power.
So this is about halfway over.
All right, that means it's time for the mid-script break. Now, let's get that mid-script break music and move on over to the mid-script break. I'm going to turn my head back around.
I just have a note, which is that the character is supposed to say we're about halfway through. And
so
Robby said, so this is halfway over.
The time I'm getting...
but I like, and I was going to say, and I love that choice.
Okay, well, I think it's important to be true to yourself, and that felt like a true statement from Cricket, which was trying to scuttle my script into the deep sea.
Okay.
They're in space, not on the ocean, but they do call it a ship.
Yeah.
Okay, Mossy Lump. Wait, let's see. Okay, Cyberlex says, haha, this is getting deep. Shark Fart says, pre-owned prophylactic. We love us some alliteration.
Thank you. Jerry Paper, feel free to use that one in your songs.
Mossy Lump said,
prophylactic.
Pre-owned prophylactic.
Mossy Lump said, did y'all know that the writers first conceived of Data and Geordi as a romantic couple, but Roddenberry shot it down? I don't know if that's a troll or if that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know about. I don't know whether that's true, but I believe people.
We can't delete stuff from the chat, but we can ignore it.
But they have on Enterprise.
I'm sorry, I thought I was the one. This was my time.
There's a gay couple.
Halfway.
Yeah, one of the original actors from Rent.
Okay, Robby, real quick.
He's really weird on camera.
Tell us give us. Why should people vote for you? What's
People
Star Trek
should
mean
vote
to
for
you?
me because I have the best. Because because one of the best things you can do in fan fiction Showdown is take one of the rules and then not follow it. It's basically what I did was I wrote the name data on the script. But what I really was actually writing is Ace Ventura.
Kind of like
I guess that is
from,
what's so difficult for me.
Yeah, and things that are difficult are much more worthwhile in the end.
I just really appreciate all of the homages that you put in your work to my work, because it shows me that you admire me as a writer and I admire you as a writer so much. So thank you.
That's so nice.
Honestly,
I don't know how to process that.
Honestly, not including a rule, Robby, sounds like fan fiction suicide to me. So
and I don't know what the allegorical B plot is. That's just my question for Robby.
Well, there's still half the script to go.
Okay, so let's get back to that script because we don't have much time. Getting back to the script. All right. Back to the script. Okay, after being ignored for... Okay, I'm sorry. If we're just tuning in, we're going back into Robby's script. We're halfway through it. So far, I don't even know how to... I never know how to sum this shit up. Picard has got weird snake tattoos that are moving. Okay, after being ignored for most of the first half of the episode, Troy has gone berserk. She has smashed just about everything not bolted down. Cups, smashed. Thermometers that are also clocks, smashed. Curved 440p computer monitors, all smashed.
1440p computer monitors.
There are
You want to call it 4K, that's fine.
There are at least 20 more things that she smashed. If there's one thing Star Trek people can't stand, it is being ignored for most of an episode. It makes everyone crazy, even people who are alien beings like Q, who is not on board, go crazy when people ignore them for most of the episode. This is why everyone is always talking to each other in Star Trek, to avoid unnecessary destruction. Anyway, Troy is taking a break from that and just talking to herself about Stardew Valley as if it's a real place.
It's a green card.
I wish I was in Pelican Town. I wish I was at grandfather's farm. I wish I was walking around harvesting all the grapes, blueberries, corn, and wheat, and eggplants, and garlic, cauliflower, melons, pumpkins, blue jazz, coffee beans, potatoes, tulips, rice, cabbages, sprinkles, star fruits. I wish I was harvesting all those plants and things, selling them at Pierre's general store, and then using the money to make improvements to the town for everyone to enjoy. It's so cool that Stardew Valley is a real place I can visit when I'm not being ignored by Captain Kirk and Data, while the whole Captain Kirk and Data, while the whole while the whole subtle. I like that. While the whole ship smells like shit because Riker took a huge dump. I hope Riker never goes to Stardew Valley, because if he ate any of the fresh vegetables that I grew or sometimes buy from somebody else, he would definitely upset his stomach and take big dumps of shit all over Pelican Town. I bet if he did that, the night market wouldn't come by in Winder, and I wouldn't be able to do my deep-sea fishing. Sometimes being on the Star Trek ship means just sniffing somebody else's shit day after day while you hope to do something else.
This is an incredibly moving monologue that is also an allegorical plot about how it sucks to smell Riker's big stinky fart that has caused the chain of events that started at the top of the script. It wasn't a fart, it was a doo-doo.
That wasn't a B-plot, and also you said Kirk.
Unfortunately, while
That's
Troy has been
B-plot.
doing... I don't know if that's a B-plot.
I don't think
I don't know.
that's a B.
What's
a
the
B-plot.
plot?
That Captain Kirk is secretly on the ship.
It's not. How is that allegorical?
How is it not?
What's the allegory?
Yeah, what's the allegory?
That Captain Kirk is secretly on the ship.
That's not an allegory. That's just
Why not?
That's just what's happening. And everyone has to be annoyed by this plot. Is anyone annoyed by it, Robby?
Yeah, Captain Kirk.
I mean, it seems like she's annoyed by Captain Kirk, the character, but not the plot.
I don't understand.
I think it's a typo. I just want to say, I think you're selling yourself short by
Honestly,
pretending you
Robby,
didn't make a mistake when you did.
Cricket had a typo in one of hers that made her forfeit a rule. She said she wrote food instead of foot. Remember when that happened?
No.
And that was kind of, we were like, oh, we felt bad. This is egregious. What you've done today in your script is honestly wrong.
Yeah, but I'm covering it up really well.
You're not covering it up at all. You did it wrong. And you know what? The people are going to decide, but we got to keep going, unfortunately. And that is my next line. Unfortunately.
Plot.
Nope, not a B plot, not an allegory. No one's annoyed by it. Okay. Unfortunately, while Troy has been doing her cool lines, Picard and Data have snuck up behind her. Picard still has his big eyes popped out and his tattoos are still moving like Spanx. So it's a pretty intense time. Data is extremely depressed because he misses the condom.
What's up, Troy?
Oh, Captain, I didn't see you there. I was just upset because no one was talking to me or paying attention to me, so I smashed all this stuff.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Picard picks up each individual item that Troy has smashed and uses the secondary effect of his giant laser eyes to scan them. Whenever he does this, his famous heads-up display opens. We can see all the inherent characteristics of the item, like its weight and how much it costs and what it is. It looks like the inventory menu from Dead Space.
What's Dead Space?
What?
What's Dead Space?
Do you mean deep space?
No. Deep space?
No, you said dead space.
I know I said deep space, but Data then said deep... I know I said dead space, but then Data said deep space.
That's interesting, because now I also want to know about dead space.
Well, I guess I'd like to know more about both.
Deep space, dead space. What other kinds of space are there?
No. I was talking about Deep Space Nine, the space station.
Deep Space Nine? That reminds me, I left something back there. Let's go back.
Aye, Captain. This entire interaction has been very instructive for me. I'm sorry I said the secret word that made you look so weird.
I guess I'll never know what deep space. No,
Dead
I guess
space.
I'll never know what. I'm sorry. I guess I'll never know what dead space is.
One of the things I really like about hanging out with you guys today is how everything tied up together really easily at the end.
Captain, I'm glad you see things that way.
Counselor Troy said this because Picard's eyes are really big.
Move the spaceship away!
Okay. All right. I just have to say that this script has been an abomination. All right, let's go to the question.
Did Robby get all the rules except
Yeah,
for
I
the B
definitely
plot?
got all the rules.
He lost a rule.
No, I
which is
definitely
pretty
got
big.
the rule.
It,
You
Because
missed
actually,
the
the B
rule.
plot was the dead space, deep space confusion. And
no.
that was and you might say, oh, that was just the last.
Okay, Captain Howdy says he's not doing the Ace Ventura voice, and you have to know that's because in the script it said all of a sudden it said Data's normal voice, which I think Lucas Paper does extraordinarily.
I think he was great.
Classically,
I
well.
tried.
He's an incredible man. He's incredibly talented. I can't stand.
So we have time for Robby. I'm sorry, we only have time for one or two questions. So, question: Cricket, will there be a lost puppy in your script? This isn't really a question for Robby, but
Oh, this is a spoiler. You're just gonna have to wait and find out.
both Robby's description and Cricket's
There was
reading.
also a dog. Excuse me, can I address that question because Cricket didn't answer it quite
Sure.
right, which is that
Yeah, what do
there
you
was
think?
a dog in the script. There was a dog in my script that wasn't
They were
written.
asking
That
about
was the
my
B
dog.
plot.
Wait, there was a dog that was on the ship, but you didn't write about it, and that was the allegorical B plot. What's the allegory?
There's a dog on the ship.
That's not an allegory. All right. Okay, Robby, you have failed, and I hope that you lose. But honestly, it's not up to me, so I don't have any control over that.
Good job, Robby.
I like
All
your
right.
hat.
You guys are all great. The chat, you're not asking questions. It never works. You never ask questions. You always do this to me, and I go to look at you and try to include you in this, and you guys all say shit. I don't even understand how to incorporate it. So, okay, but I love you anyway, and thank you for coming. All right, moving on. We got to go to Cricket's script. I got to start the timer. Cricket, take us away. Tell us about your script.
Okay, the script is called Red Alert. And I'd like everybody to reprise their exact same roles from last time. I thought you all did a great job. So take it away, Ben. Red Alert by Cricket
Red
Eriksen.
Alert by Cricket Eriksen. Interior bridge of the Starship Enterprise. The wonderful crew of the Starship Enterprise is all on the bridge. Each one of them is compassionate, friendly, caring, smart, and perfectly suited for their job. Sorry. They're brave but not arrogant. They're curious without being nosy. They're intuitive without making assumptions. They're completely perfect. Picard is wrapping up a speech to the on-screen captain of a Romulan warship.
And that's why I think it would be better if you didn't blow us up even a little bit.
The Romulan captain has tears in her eyes. Everyone on both ships cheers. The Romulan ship prepares to warp off.
Wait, there's one more thing. Don't blow up anyone else either.
Everyone nods, laughs, claps at how he knew just what to say. The Romulans sign a peace agreement and warp off, which is a great term. On the bridge of the Enterprise, Data pulls out his eye to show Wesley the carved miniature of the Vermont farm town behind it. Then he shows Wesley a used condom he found on the holodeck and asks what it is. Picard walks up to each individual crew member and tells them that he's glad they're Star Trek and that Star Trek is going well. Frowns when he senses a disturbance in the Force. These are 2 green cards.
This is great. What is this?
But it quickly resolves itself. Worf realizes he forgot his son Alexander at Deep Space Nine, so the ship turns around to go get him, even though Worf keeps assuring people it's okay. Troy
can't.
tells Riker about her Stardew Valley farm, which she believes is a real place. She has married Emily. Then Riker leaves to take a shit, and the nearby Jeffries tube carries the smell to the whole ship. You're really knocking these rules right out of the park. Haha, oh, Riker. Also, the entire time the following action happens, we occasionally cut to Wesley, who keeps challenging everyone on board to thumb wrestling matches to represent being under the thumb of the Federation bureaucrats who killed his mother. Everyone is annoyed by it.
Captain, I'm sensing something from you.
I know what you did.
I don't think so, Counselor.
I miss her too, Captain.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But I swear to God, I'm sensing something from you.
Shields up.
The ship beeps and raises the shields. Alarm lights flash.
No. My emotional shields are up. Shields down. Star Trek.
The ship returns to normalcy. Data approaches Picard.
Captain, I'm ready to take over operations of the bridge until we reach Deep Space Nine.
Thank you, Commander Data. But I'll be in my ready room.
I'll be in my
Picard?
ready room.
I'll be in my ready room.
Picard walks out the door that does not go to his ready room. The eyes of the crew follow him. They know where he's going. It's where he always goes these days. His regulation boots echo down the hallway as he makes his way to the holodeck. The door closes behind him. Silence. He takes a deep breath at the dim room and briefly lays his head against the cool door. A single tear flows down his weathered but handsome cheek. The tear is square instead of rounded because it is a very manly tear. The sharp edges cut him so he bleeds. Just a little. He boop beeps the touchpad near the door, and the computer flashes. Loading program. Unspeakable grief. Beverly Crusher flickers to existence.
Wait a minute. What the hell's going on?
Okay, so there's a technicality here. So there's some computer in this that's not a character, but just for the ease of reading it, I'd appreciate it if Lucas would read Beverly Crusher holodeck. It's
wait,
like a
this gets to be
holographic.
What everyone has to understand right now is that Cricket has a lifelong obsession with Dr. Beverly Crusher.
I
This
love
is
Beverly
why
Crusher.
we chose Troy instead of
Yeah.
Beverly Crusher.
Yeah, and
Robbie and I knew that she would turn it into some sort of weird porno.
I just
But-
want to
So
say,
what Cricket's doing right now is she did every single rule in the first paragraph, so then she could spend the rest of the script doing her Beverly Crusher porno.
okay, well,
and
I
this
just
is-
want to say you haven't read the rest of the script yet, and it's possible that you're right, but it's also possible that you're not. And this isn't Beverly Crusher. I've already said that she's
Lucas,
dead.
if you want to leave right now because you
This is the
didn't sign up
computer.
to be a...
I'm honestly quite excited to read Beverly Crusher.
Okay.
All right,
you
all
don't
right.
have to
We
be-
got to go
Thank
because
you.
we're running out of time.
So this is Beverly Crusher holodeck.
Jean-Luc, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, so good.
Hello, Beverly.
You look tired.
Tired doesn't begin to describe it.
Well, I'd love to hear about it, but first I have a favor to ask you.
Anything. I just feel so guilty that I let the Federation send you on that mission where you died for a reason that I don't need to explain right now. Because we both already know the backstory because we're the ones it happened to.
Oh, Jean-Luc, where are you going to let your guilt go over that? When are you going to let your guilt go over that? What were you supposed to do? Thumb wrestle the Admiral over who was right?
We briefly crossfade to Wesley thumb wrestling Guinan.
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 Oh my God.
Oh, sorry.
Guinan. Yeah.
Whoa, hey. We briefly crossfade to Wesley thumb wrestling Guinan in 10 forward.
That's the
That's a
bar.
Dragon Ball character.
Oh, God, I don't know this shit.
I know, but I'm the captain, so I have to feel guilty about stuff.
Well, you're right about one thing. You're the captain. Which is why I wanted to ask you this. Can the holodeck run 2 copies of the same program simultaneously?
Well, it would mean transposing wires. Would need to be routed from the matter interchanger to the memory banks, but yes, it could be done.
And if that's possible, could it run the same program 3 times?
Well, we don't have enough transposing wires aboard, but I think if we hooked up a replicator to the command chain, that would allow it. Yes.
And if that's possible, could it run the same program 4 times?
No. Not possible.
Yes, that makes sense. Jean-Luc, there's something I've always wanted to try. Could you run my program 3 times?
But Beverly, no.
Please, Jean-Luc, for me. I just get so lonely.
Beverly sheds a single very round tear. It's pregnant with another smaller tear that it gives birth to halfway down her face.
I do not like cricket, but that is good writing.
I mean, that's beautiful. That's poetry.
It really is.
That's
Thank
some
you, Robbie.
Robert.
I
That's some
appreciate
Robert Frost shit right there.
Yeah.
Thank you. I learned it all from you, Robbie.
Put that on a stamp. You'd sell a million copies.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, all right.
You
Give
make
me
your own stamps and sell them, Robbie? Is that how you know how many stamps that
I'm
would
in
sell?
character. You're breaking.
Sorry.
You're breaking.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You're right.
I don't even know what the accent is anymore. Well, all right. Give me a minute.
And
Picard opens the computer panel and begins to tinker. Beverly Crusher Holodeck walks over to a mirror that's leaning in the corner. She gazes at her own full rosy lips. Her keen blue eyes flash back at her. Her thick red hair bounces and glints in the light like a fire that can't be extinguished.
Is it ready?
Not quite. We're about halfway through.
All right, mid-script break, everybody. All right, let's get out of here.
Since cricket got to talk over my script, great. I want to talk about hers.
It's not how it works. It's not all tit for
Clearly,
tat, okay?
I think
you
we
can
all
ask
see
me
where
anything
this
you
is
want,
going.
Robbie.
I think this is all. I think we all see where this is going, and we can all appreciate the fact that my, I don't even know where to. I don't.
Robbie, does the chat have any coherent questions? I just think you just need a moment to get. You're usually so erudite, and you're having trouble right now. So maybe Robbie could take a second, and we could go to the chat, and he could collect his thoughts.
I think what you're doing. I think I know.
Cricket, can you tell us a little bit
know.
about your relationship to Star Trek, please?
Yes. Star Trek was one of the first shows that I ever saw. I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of TV, but I was allowed to watch a lot of Star Trek. And then my mom took me to some Star Trek conventions, and I bought a little pin of Beverly Crusher, and I just pinned it on the curtains right next to my bed when I was about like 7 or 8 years old. And the rest is history.
Great. Okay, cool. So I just want to remind you and everybody that's watching that the things you like don't make you interesting. Okay. So, let's go to the chat. DJ ND0 says, Cricket, if you were to sleep with any character from any Star Trek, which one would it be? I don't want to actually
Beverly
ask.
Crusher.
Of course.
Is that, or like Bonnie Raitt if she got to come into Star Trek.
Lucas,
I have a
what did you like about my script?
There was a lot of condom work.
Okay, we can't. I'm sorry. We have to. Yes, there's great condom work in your script, but that. Yes, of course. Yes, obviously the condom work in your script was fucking high class, A plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing. But you also
and I-
forgot a fucking role. But we're not talking about your script.
I didn't.
You're
Not
just
forget
tuning
the
in right
rule.
now.
It's in the
dealing
it's
with
not in
Cricket's
the script.
Cricket's script. Cricket is writing a sickening porn script about her disgusting.
What is porn about a woman wanting to spend time with herself?
It's what's not happening that creeps me out.
Yeah,
in your
it's-
script.
it-
Okay,
it-
it's what you're alluding to in the music and all that
Okay,
stuff.
well,
It's-
just wait.
It just feels wet. Everything
Build
just
up
feels
is important.
covered with slime.
You can't. It's cooler to lower yourself slowly into the water than to jump in, is what I'll say.
That's why it feels
Good
so wrong.
point.
Okay, we got to get back to the script, and I'm going to turn my head around because that's what Sylvester Stallone did in the movie Over the Top.
Okay, the things you like don't make you cool.
Okay. Back to this fucking nightmare. Okay. If you're just tuning in, welcome. A few more minutes pass. Beverly Crusher Holodeck reaches a slim, expressive hand towards herself in the mirror. She whispers to herself, her hot breath fogging the glass.
Did you say? I think
Was
we.
that
I think
that
we
wasn't
lost
loud
you.
enough?
That was a really
loud
good
enough?
whisper, though. I appreciated it. Maybe
you're
like a little bit louder.
Yeah.
You won't be lonely forever, I promise.
It's very good.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was quite good.
Okay,
Great.
good.
I'm done. Are you sure you want me to load the same program 2 more times?
Yes, Jean-Luc.
Picard hesitates.
Do it!
Whoa. He presses the button. The computer displays program, unspeakable grief, 3 times. 2 more Beverly Crushers flicker into life. As the third one materializes, there's a power surge.
Yeah, that's the transporter noise, but it's okay.
It works. Sparks fly out of the computer. The letters on the screen begin to rearrange themselves. Instead of unspeakable grief, the computer displays breakable unspief. And then finally settles on IPEG Nebula Freaks. Oh no. The computer explodes and the 3 Beverly Crushers stand next to each other staring at Picard.
Okay, so then another clarification. Lucas, I'd love if you'd continue reading Beverly Crusher Holodeck 1. Again, these are not characters, it's just a computer. I'll be reading Beverly Crusher Holodeck 2, and Robby, if you could read Beverly Crusher Holodeck 3. Okay, thank you.
Get out, please.
The computer.
She asked you nicely.
Yes, she's the nice one. Would you like to talk to me instead?
Ben?
Oh, sorry. Beverly Crusher Holodeck 3 pulls out a phaser, menacing him. Picard runs out of the room. The door squanches shut behind him, and the 3 Beverlys turn to look at each other.
We're finally alone.
We're finally together and alone.
We should have about 2 more pages. What do we do with it?
Okay,
Almost before...
maybe
we have
it's fine. You can
2
use whatever
more
voice,
pages.
like not Picard anymore. You're
sorry,
Beverly
you can't
Crusher.
be Picard. Honestly, I think
okay.
Lucas
The amount
could
of
be all 3 of them.
Yeah.
interference in the autistic process here.
It's
tonight
okay,
has
Ben.
been
You can just take your next line.
Okay.
We have about 2 more.
You want me to
pages.
be
What
one of the
should we do
Beverlys?
with it?
Because I can't act. I don't know if you.
You're
guys
a really good actor, but there's actually a lot of stage direction that's kind of really
'Cause
important. So,
I know the stage direction is important, and there's not a rule that I can't
do you want to be Beverly Crusher
I'm
Holodeck
just
2
saying,
and all
just
do the
no,
stage
not
directions?
now, but for the future.
Okay.
I'm just saying, there's never been a rule that I can't be a character. I'm just never chosen.
I don't
I'm just letting you know
understand
that
Oh, okay.
I can.
Well,
act.
okay,
this
let's
is
talk
the-
about
this is
that.
the B
But for now, I'm gonna put a pin in that, and then
All
we're
right.
gonna circle back.
Let's put it in the parking lot, and we'll come back to it.
Okay.
Okay, almost before she speaks, Beverly Crusher Holodeck 2 reaches out and pulls the blue medical coat off of Beverly Crusher Holodeck 3's shoulders. It tumbles to the ground.
The blue brings out your eyes, but maybe what's underneath here brings out your eyes even more. Let's find out.
Beverly Crusher Holodeck 3 begins to unzip the front of her own uniform.
Thank God I'm wearing one of these uniforms from the early seasons. They conveniently unzip on the front.
Beverly Crusher Holodeck 3 fully unzips her jumpsuit. It slithers to the ground, and she steps smoothly out of it, pulling Beverly Crusher Holodeck 2 towards her.
My God, you're beautiful.
2 identical pairs of quivering lips reach towards each other. 2 perfect Cupid's bows. 2 lower lips just pouty enough that you want to bite them. Beverly Crusher Holodeck 2's and 3's lips each part slightly.
Is this the
Shallow
B-plot?
breaths.
No, the B plot is thumb wrestling.
It's Wesley. Anyway.
But this
Shallow-
is like 3 pages long so far.
This
so
is the A plot.
Probably the B plot.
Okay.
She already got the B plot. She already got the B plot.
We're kind of in the middle of something that
Shallow,
you don't
yeah.
usually want to interrupt and talk in the middle of, Robby. So I just want Ben. I'm sorry to be tough, but that's how I feel.
I don't know what Starship
Ben
you're
can
on.
Thank you,
continue.
Cricket.
Yeah.
Shallow breaths, a thrill of excitement shooting electricity across their skin. Finally, their mouths touch, nervous at first, then hungry. 2 small, identical tongues boldly go to places where no man is going.
Can you say that again? I think I got lost. Do you want me to do it?
No, I got it. 2 small, identical tongues boldly go to places where no man has gone before.
Lucas, that's you.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Penny. This is so much better than when it was just me.
Beverly Crusher Holodeck 1 is pulled closer by 2 pairs of hands. The 3 women stand, their red hair grazing each other's smooth, delicate shoulders as they trade kisses. A laugh as a uniform zipper gets stuck. A throaty whisper in the ear of the only other woman in the galaxy as beautiful.
Women. Only other women.
Only other women in the galaxy as beautiful, as perfect. Answered by a moan of pleasure from that same voice. Oh, that voice. Proper enough so that the hint of huskiness drives you even crazier. This straight-laced doctor could do wild things. You just know it. Beverly Crusher. Is that what you know?
Yes.
Beverly Crusher Holodeck 2 runs her fingers through the hair of Beverly Crusher Holodeck 1 and pulls her in for a close, rough kiss, while Beverly Crusher Holodeck 3 skims her tongue along her neck and into her ear. Beverly Crusher. Beverly Crusher Holodeck 2 cries out.
I didn't know it could feel this good.
It never has with anyone else.
The three women sink to the floor. A tangle of hands, mouths, perfect breasts. There are 6 breasts in total. Very good math. And there are 3 fiery
That's
red.
the kind of writing that I like to see. I hate everything about this except for that one line before and this line here.
Okay, but I have to set up this because Cricket did something pretty sophisticated here. So let me start over. The 3 women sink to the floor. A tangle of hands, mouths, perfect breasts. There are 6 breasts in total.
And just so I'm clear, that sentence is the line that I like.
I know. But what I'm trying to set up here is the thing that happens. Okay, so the 3
I might
women
interrupt you again.
No, Robby.
No. The 3 women sink to the floor. A tangle of hands, mouths, perfect breasts. There are 6 breasts in total. And there are 3 fiery red. The narrator gets cut off there as the holodeck suddenly materializes a gorgeous 1970s conversation pit with lots of soft pillows in different layers you could prop yourself up on in creative ways if for some reason you needed to. Beverly Crusher Holodeck 3 reaches into a hand-woven basket and pulls out a strap-on and harness that are both made by queer, kink-positive small businesses in the Gamma Quadrant. Beverly Crusher
Robby,
Holodeck 3, that's you,
that's
Robby.
your line.
Wow. The computer really thought of everything.
For a long time, there are no words spoken, just cries of pleasure, longing, and ecstasy. Those elegant, slim fingers, doctor's hands, strong enough to set bones, but gentle enough to soothe a fevered forehead. Yes, those hands are skilled, powerful, sensitive. They know each other's bodies as well as their own, of course, but at the same time, they are able to surprise each other, rush one another towards a precipice of pleasure, and then back off just in time to prolong this moment of ultimate togetherness. They have sex. 5 hours pass while they keep having it. Finally, the 3 Beverly Crusher holodecks lie exhausted on the solid cushions of the conversation pit.
I guess this is what they mean when they say red alert.
All 3 Beverly Crusher holodecks laugh. At
She
that
has red
moment-
hair. We got that.
Yeah, that's the big one.
At that moment, the door to the holodeck opens and Troy pokes her head through.
Captain, I hope you don't mind my interrupting, but this time I really am positive that I'm sensing something. Beverly.
Hello, Deanna.
Hello, Deanna.
Hello, Deanna.
6 arms pull Deanna in. As the camera fades to black, we hear the swoosh of the holodeck's doors shutting. The end.
The end.
All right, I just want to point out how actually good Cricket is at writing Beverly Crusher threesome. This is the most real fan fiction we've had on the show yet. This was almost not even ironic.
No, it's truly...
This is true. This is real. We witnessed something.
Very
You
good.
literally opened up your diary and read it aloud to us today.
This is not the first time that I've written Beverly Crusher.
All right, let's look at the script. Let's look at the chat really quick. Dr. Lemons says I'm kink negative, which is kind of funny.
That's
Robby Rackleff says torpedo the script. I don't.
yes, that means to sync the script.
Shark Fart says that was incredible.
Thank you.
Mossy Lump says I loved how it had a B plot.
Thank you.
The B plot was unclear.
Really a dig to Robby because he fumbled the B plot.
I
We've all made mistakes, and it's just Robby's turn.
I just don't understand, Robby. You have a master's degree. How do you not know define the word allegorical?
It was in there. I had to explain it to you afterwards.
No, you
because
didn't
it's-
explain it to me. We said, what's the allegory? You said they're on the ship. And then we said, what's the allegory? You go,
The
Captain
dog's
Kirk.
on the ship.
You go, Captain Kirk. And then we go, what's the allegory? You go, Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk was the B plot.
Captain Allegory is a symbolic story.
I'm
Well, I like how
having
much
a good
attention
time, but I
people
do
are
think
paying
we're
to me during
centering
Cricket's
Robby a
time.
little
You're
bit.
right. You
So-
are correct. You are correct.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank
Cricket.
you.
Oops, see again, once again.
It's okay. That's a compliment.
Internalized misogyny. Serious question. Why wasn't there a puppy? Do you own it? Wait. Would you own a cat many times? How do you did you replay that scene in your script in your head? How many times?
Lucas has a cat.
What?
I don't know. That's too many questions.
I have a cat.
That's a good looking cat.
There's a cat right here.
I shouldn't be
good
the
cat.
host.
Can we put the cat in this?
Somebody said you shouldn't be the host.
Oh no, I said that. I'm frustrated.
Right.
But someone in the chat is like, "Whoa, you got to get Ben. You got to make him that.
Ben's a great actor.
You got to, you got to have
voice.
Ben's
in
a
the
great
cat's
actor.
Mouth.
All right,
Lucas
so
is a great Lucas. I just want to say you read all those roles with such heart.
Yeah,
Thank
great
you.
job, Lucas.
Star Trek is the only TV show I watch. So.
That's amazing.
Lucas, you're incredible. Okay,
Yeah.
so but we have to wrap up. If there's anything you wanted to say or do or whatever, chat. Everybody, you're all disappointed. You all have to just swallow that, live with the disappointment, and just understand that everythfic's imperfect, especially live entertainment. So we're gonna move on. The polls are open. It's time to vote. Go to tinyurl.com/fanficsd. That's tinyurl.com/fanficsd. And put in your vote for Cricket or Robby. Do you want
you already put in
Robby, who half-assed his script, didn't really try, didn't really
Wow.
care, messed
I
up
did
his
care.
B-plot, he broke a rule.
I put all the rules in there. I
He
didn't.
made it
I
mostly
didn't
about Riker's stinky
janky-
shit.
Yeah,
You want to
exactly.
vote for Cricket, who also kind of sped through the rules so she could just write a perverted porn about a character that we forbade from being in the
Thank
script.
you.
Okay, but
She
it wasn't
did.
a character. It was just a
And
computer
shout out to-
projection.
That is a
of her.
character.
Jerry
Characters
Saber
So-
for bringing the cat to the show. The cat's going to be the host of the show with Ben's voice next episode.
Robbie,
Yeah,
I don't like
no
it when
problem.
you take a hosting tone and you make declarations about the show. Okay, that steps on my toes because I don't have any other thing to do on this show.
Well,
we have
can
to do the
talk-
costume contest. We have to do the
actually
shut up.
just talk about your feelings.
We're
for the
way
rest of
over
the show,
time. We have
and then we don't have to have the vote.
We can.
No, I
it's a
wanna have
costume
the vote.
contest. Yay! It's a costume contest. All right, Jerry, you are the host, or the judge of the costume contest. So pay attention.
I'll be the host if you want.
No, I'm the host. I'm the host.
You're the judge.
You're the special guest. No one else
Yeah.
takes the hosting tone but me. I'm the host. I don't act, but I could, but no one asks me to. I'm the host.
We asked.
Okay.
We were all wrote you.
Well, I
No,
could.
no,
I'll be the host if you want me to.
No, I want you to. I meant to
What?
say judge. We need to. Can you
I love what Jerry's saying.
bring up
about
the
being
bring up the costumes? Bring up the costumes.
Okay.
This
How
is
do
when
I see it better? Oh, there
you
we
can
go.
pin the
Is this
video.
a young Picard? Is this young Picard?
No, this is Rene Picard. Had he
Oh,
not
yes.
burned to death in the fire, that's Picard's nephew.
I
Okay.
remember this.
So this is really beautiful.
I like.
Quite good.
He
Okay,
pulled up
next.
Paris on the TV behind him, which I think is like pretty good.
next.
And the kid on the right is the
We had one. All right, Jerry.
No, there's more.
Oh, there's another. Okay.
Yeah, there's
Oh my.
Also, quite good.
very good.
Classic Joe Bodnick with the trash bag. All right,
Yeah.
next.
get a lot of leverage out of that. Up there he is.
Space, the final frontier.
Now he's
Also-
space.
Quite good.
Very good.
All right, next.
The Borg.
Oh,
The Borg.
not bad.
Really good.
Really
Can
love
we-
it.
can
Really
pretty good.
beautiful.
Can we do an enhance on that mask?
Computer.
No, we can't. We have to move forward. No enhancing. Robbie, again,
Oh, what?
trying to host a show.
Whoa.
All
Okay.
right. An anonymous
a-
person agreed to have this on her mom's Christmas card last year, but didn't realize it would be the only photo she used. She thought it would be one of many.
Okay.
All right, Jerry. All right, Jerry. Who wins?
I guess the child.
Which one's the child?
Rene Picard.
First one, Renee
Picard,
Picard.
all right.
Yeah.
That's-
Good
Renee,
work,
all right.
everyone.
If you would like to submit
Here
to
you
the costume contest, you go, hey, I can do that. Well, next week we're doing the Great British Bake Off. Okay, so please send us anytime, as soon as you can, a picture of you dressed up as Mary Berry or Paul Hollywood, and send it to
or
us.
other characters that
No.
we haven't listed yet, Ben.
fanficshowdown@gmail.com. Just whatever you want to do. Great British Bake Off.
Or a,
is next
a
week.
cupcake.
Now, Great British Bake Off, that's my show. That's a show I love. That's the one I know all about. So
So
I'm
you're
excited
going to write the
for that.
script, and we're going to
Now,
host the show.
all right, so we're out of time still, but we got to keep going. So it's time for the surprise quiz. All right, Jerry, this is your time in the sun. You
Okay.
have 3 questions. If you have to get 2 out of 3 to pass. If you don't, you're banished from the show
All right.
forever.
Yep.
Okay, and that would suck because you've been an excellent
Been a
guest.
really good
I
guest.
really, honestly, have enjoyed this very much.
Are you ready, Lucas?
Yeah.
Okay, question 1. Who's this?
Troy's mother.
What's her name?
Fuck. can't remember. It's Troy's mother.
It's Loaxana Troy.
Yeah, Loxana. Yeah,
All right, we'll
Gets that right.
You might get a couple points out of that if you need.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Next.
Understood.
Who's this?
Data. Oh, no. Sorry. That is definitely not Data because I can tell by the facial expression. That is Lore.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
Double ding.
There's a green card on that one.
That's pretty new.
All right. Next. Who's nope. Well, nope.
Oh,
If you answer those quickly,
Who's this?
oh shit. I mean, I don't know.
Dorma.
I know the face, but
It's Dorma.
Dorma. Where's Dorma?
He's from the really good episode that's all about metaphor.
Yeah, which some of us don't understand. Okay, so all right. So I'm sorry.
Sorry.
but he got
Lucas
that right.
Cherry Paper, but
You didn't
yeah,
get that
but
right.
No, he kind of
He
he
said
got.
the name. He said
No, he
Norwalk.
didn't. He
Oh,
didn't.
I definitely didn't. I mean,
You didn't. So you're banished from the show. So please cover up your camera, and I don't want to see your face or hear your voice.
Bye, Lucas.
Bye. Yeah, so
Thank
it's so
you.
nice to see you guys.
Bye, Lucas.
Bye.
Bye, Cherry Paper.
Just quickly, just cover it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And definitely don't want to hear you. So okay.
Yeah, I won't say anything. I promise.
All right,
See you next
Jesus.
week, Lucas.
All right. So time to
Is
check.
that okay?
That's great. That's great. Time to check the poll. All right, let's see. This is exciting, everybody. Who won the show?
I hope it's.
All right.
I hope it's one of us.
In a landslide victory, Cricket Harrison pulls ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
77%.
Police budget style.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like the police. But yeah.
Cricket.
Thank
Way to
you.
go, Cricket. We're very
Great-
proud of you. You're
great
back.
Cricket.
I just want to say.
porn again.
I
This
just
is the
wanna-
first time I've written porn, and one of the reasons I did
every
it.
single episode
No,
you've written.
no, I've never written porn.
I just want to say you're my second best friend again. Robby, you've fallen back to number 5, which is your rightful place. Everything happens for a reason. I just want you guys to know that no matter how good or bad your scripts are, and they can get really bad, and they don't ever quite get that good. I just want you to know that wherever they fall on that spectrum, you guys you're worthy of love. We are all worthy of love. Please, everybody, thank you for watching. Tune in next week when we do Great British Bake Off. Send your costumes to fanficshowdown@gmail.com. You can send anything there. Maybe we'll respond. Maybe we'll put it on the show. Who knows? This show is just made up every week. There's no real rules or any reason for doing it. Thanks again to Lucas. Check out his music. He's amazing. He's super funny and great. Thanks to Eric for being off screen and having to deal with our bullshit. And bye. Have a good night.
We all deserve
Bye.
love.
Bye.
We are all worthy of love.
We're all
We're all worthy of love,
But we don't need pornography.
but we can have it.
It's okay.
I don't think. I mean, why do you